So what is Zap? I mean, fundamentally, as an associate here, when you come on to the platform, when you buy a new car, what does that mean? What is the process, right? And so that's the most important thing for you to understand if you're gonna partner and partake in Zap. And so when it all starts with you wanting to buy a car, so you think about the type of car you want, whether it's a Swift or it's a i20 Elite or a Ford Figo, whatever it may be. You think about that car. We help you with respect to the rates. And help ensure that you'll have the best pricing, the best discounts, the best package from an after sales standpoint. We can use our scale, our heft, to ensure that's really there, which is really great because you can save a lot more money on the upfront cost anyway. And so that of course goes right to your pocket. But when you think about that, you will ultimately select on that car. We'll help arrange, we'll help connect you to financiers, lenders, banks, MBFCs if you like to go that route. Or if you want to go with cash, that's also fine. But so we help facilitate that up front, as well as the insurance payment. So we help work with different insurance companies to help get the best rates, best discounts, etc. And then kind of go ahead with the formal initiation, the formal purchase. And at that point, just to call out an important characteristic of the program is that the car will actually then be registered with Zoomcar. So it'll be registered in our name. So the RC book will actually say Zoomcar, and it will not say the associate. It won't say your name, for the simple reason that for this model, for this program to work, the car has to be registered in the name of a license holder for self-drive. And so Zoomcar, of course, has the Blackboard license. We have the self-drive license, a rent-a-cab permit, which allows us to run the cars anywhere in India. So right now, that's the prevailing regulation. So the vehicle has to be registered in Zoomcar's name. So one nice benefit there is that across most states, actually, there's actually a price difference, if you will, for the registration tax for the Blackboard versus the whiteboard. And so depending on the state, you can save quite considerably up front. And so that's something that our team can kind of coach you with for each particular state. But that certainly is something also to kind of look out for and enjoy in many instances. So once that piece is done, so once then you have the car registered in Zoomcar's name, all the financing formalities, all that's done, then the car goes on road and the car is yours. So from there, you can use the car as you wish, and then whenever you're not using the car, so there's a Zap app. So we have our Android app. We'll be launching the iOS app early next year. But with that app, it really enables you to kind of do everything you'd want to do as part of the program. So you can select a listing time. So you can say, okay, I'm using the car, let's say Monday through Friday morning. Then Friday night through Sunday night, I'm not going to use the car. Okay, I can list, let's say on Wednesday, I know that on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I'll just list the car for Friday night to Sunday night, and then bookings can come into that car, into your car. And we'll send you a push notification, we'll send you an SMS, we'll notify you over email when a booking comes. And so the great thing is, you have the car actually, it's kept at your house. So you keep it at your place, you keep it at your house, your flat, your apartment, or if it's during the work week, you can keep it at the office. And bookings will just get routed to your car at that place. And our customers will actually come and go and unlock the car remotely using the smartphone through our normal Zoomcar app. So that's all tied in through technology, and it makes it really, really simple. So from a process standpoint, that's really great. So then you take the booking, you share in the revenue. So we have a revenue share, which is 75% to you, the associate, 25% to Zoomcar, and so that's how you earn and help offset your EMI and your normal monthly costs. So that's something which, at the end of the day, we can confidently say that if you list it, say 10, 12 days out of the month, you'll certainly see a very meaningful 50%, 60, 70% reduction in your EMI very comfortably. And I think that's where it becomes really exciting, really compelling. So to kind of touch a little bit more on some of those economics, because I think everyone at the end of the day is quite interested, quite keen on seeing what exactly they can save from a monthly ownership cost standpoint. And so really, I'll walk you kind of through an example that we have here, which is around, say, like a MUV type car, so like the Ford EcoSport, for instance. We're quite confident that we'll save you 60 to 70% on a monthly basis of your standard ownership cost. So walking through some exact numbers, if you're thinking about buying an EcoSport yourself, you're looking at the total on-road price of around 9.3 lakh for a lower end sort of base type variant. With Zoom Car, you're actually looking at an on-road price that's more like 8.1 lakh. And that's actually largely driven from, again, the discounting that we have, the discounted prices, plus the difference in the registration and the tax structure. So that actually really helps you move the needle quite a bit. And so when we think about then the earnings that you can see, so of course when you're thinking about earnings, when you normally buy the car yourself, you're not going to have any earnings. So it's really zero, of course, because you're actually just putting money out to run the car. But now with Zap, over the life of this agreement, and so the understanding is that we would collaborate, we would partner over 2.5 years, so over 30 months, which is the way we see the car would kind of run a decent amount over that time, and so that's probably when most people would want to look at kind of relieving the car and then think about turning over the car and getting a new car, in fact. And so the actual total savings that you could expect to see, the earnings that you could expect to see, would be north of 4.5 lakh over that whole period. If you're thinking about what it is on a monthly basis, aggregated, multiplied out by 30. So that's really powerful. And as you think about what that means from an offsetting of cost standpoint, so you think about the resale value. This is something where you would actually have a slightly higher resale value in a normal whiteboard context because you're running the car a lot less. But the point there is that there's actually not that much of a difference. And when you look at the resale value on a whiteboard versus the resale value with Zoom Car on a blackboard, and then if you factor in the Zap earnings, you're still coming out like over 3.5 lakh ahead. Which is really powerful. So, the resale value, expected resale value for a whiteboard in this context is probably about 1 lakh more than what it would be with Zoom Car. But as I said, since you're getting already 4.5 lakh plus with the Zap earnings, you're obviously very comfortable and you're still coming out 3.5 lakh ahead. So there's really no doubt that this is something which is giving a huge value proposition from a cost standpoint. So as you think about the overall cost of ownership, going back even the fact that the upfront cost was also much lower, you're saving about 4.2 lakh, 4.2 to 4.3 lakh in terms of pure savings over the life for an ownership model around the EcoSport, around the MUV type segment. So this is something which, again, we feel is extremely powerful. If you break that out on an EMI basis, on a monthly basis, an EcoSport on a whiteboard is around 22K, 22,000 a month. Now you're looking at something which is around 7,000 to 8,000 a month with Zap when you think about the earnings that you can make on a monthly basis. So that's pretty powerful. I mean, 7,000 to 8,000 for a car like an EcoSport, that's actually like half of what you'd normally pay for a Maruti Swift. So that's something which is kind of like more like the EMI of a Nano as opposed to an EcoSport, which obviously I think people can relate to, and it really I think plays very well overall.